Hi everyone, my name is Andy and welcome to All Lonely Meeples. On this channel, I share solo playthroughs of various board games, including tutorials on how to play. As always, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below. Today's video features Akropolis, a 1 to 4 player tile placement game designed by Jules Massaud and published in 2022 by Gigamic. Now if you're ready, let's jump right in. For a solo playthrough of Akropolis, we will need the following components. You'll need one of the starting tiles. You'll need one of your reference sheets. You'll need the bag of stones. And you'll need all of the game tiles on the back that say 2+. So on the back of the tiles there are 2+, 3+, and 4+. So we'll need all the tiles that say 2+ on the back. To set up for a solo playthrough, we're going to first shuffle all these tiles. We're going to place them face down, and we're going to put them into groups of 3. So we should have, I believe, 11 groups, 11 stacks of 3 tiles. With the remaining 4 tiles, we're going to simply flip them over, and this will be the row that we draft from. Then we're going to, our building area is going to be right here. And our illustrious architect, the automa in the game, we're just going to place all of their stuff right here. So we will always be the first player. So we're going to take 1 cube, and we're going to give the architect 2 stones. We also need to give the architect a starting tile. Okay. And with that, we're now set up for the solo playthrough. Now let's talk about what we're doing in the game and what we do with the automa player. To play Akropolis, we are going to be taking tiles from this tile row, and we're going to be placing them into our city. When we place tiles into our city, we can place them as long as they are orthogonally adjacent to another tile or a starting tile. We can place it. We can place it right here where these two sides touch the 2 sides of my starting tile. I could also place it over here if I wanted to, as that is orthogonally adjacent. I could not place it diagonally like so. Okay. We will also be placing tiles on top of each other, so we also have levels that we can make. And for instance, if I wanted to take this tile and place it on top of these tiles, effectively covering up some pictures and buildings on my first level, I can do so as long as 2 conditions are met. I can't overhang any of my tiles, so this can't go over, here we go, this can't overhang like so, because this garden doesn't have anything underneath it. And I also can't overbuild on 1 tile. I must overbuild on at least 2 different tiles. So here I have my 2 different tiles, and if I'd like to, I could place this right over top. And I can continue doing this, as we'll see will score me more points. Here is my stack of tiles that we'll be flipping over every round. And right here, the farthest tile away from the stacks of tiles is the cheapest. So if I want this tile, I simply take it and I place it into my city. However, if I want any of the other ones, they're going to cost me 1 stone to pick it up. So if, in fact, I wanted this tile, I would pay 1 stone back to the supply and take this tile. It's really important to note that in some games you actually place your money or tokens or whatever on top of the tile you're skipping and then take it. But in this game, that is not the case. You'll actually be playing them back to the reserve. If I had 4 cubes and I wanted to take this last tile right here, I would need to pay 1, 2, 3 cubes back to the supply to take this one. There are 2 different categories of buildings, and on our player reference sheet it does say them. We have plazas, which are the stars. Those are like our multipliers in the game. And then we have our districts, and there are 5 different districts: blue, yellow, red, purple, and green. And then we have quarries, and quarries are the gray sand looking buildings, and we'll talk about what they do in a moment. So in this game, Generally speaking, we can place buildings however we want. We can place tiles anywhere we want to. We're going to score them based on 2 criteria. So for every building, each building has a way that they want to be placed in our district. Okay. We'll start with the greens. The gardens, just for every garden I have, is going to give me points. So the gardens don't have to be placed anywhere specifically. So if I have something like this, okay, this garden will get me points. However, we can only score any of these districts if we have plazas to multiply. So if I have this one garden and I have 1 plaza, we're going to count the number of stars in the plaza, which are 3. So if I had a plaza, a green plaza here, somewhere in my district, it would be 3 times 1, which would give me 3 points. Okay. Obviously, I would love to have more of these green districts and more gardens, and that would give me possibly 6 times 2 or 6 times 3. Those are the easiest, as we just want green, we want gardens anywhere, and then we want the multipliers. Going back up to the blue, so the blues are our houses. And what the houses do, we're going to score for each blue house in the largest group. So if I were to take, well, here we go. If I were to take this, I do have a group of 1 and a group of 1. And I also have 1 blue plaza, 1 blue star. So both of these districts are 1. So it would be 1 times 1 plaza, giving me 1 point. If I were to have placed this here, this would now be my largest housing district. So it would be 2 times 1 plaza for 2 points. It is important to note that the plazas do not have to touch the districts. I could have this like so, if I wanted to, and it's still 2 times 1 for 2 houses in my largest blue district times 1 star. If I had another star, maybe over here, if this is still my largest district of blue houses, it would be 2 times 2 for 4 points. The yellow buildings are the markets, and they work the same. All of these districts work the same with the multipliers. We have to have multipliers in our district for us to score. But the yellows want to be isolated from every other yellow. Let me see if I can find a yellow here. Well, let me see. I will reshuffle before we continue. So here's a yellow. So the yellows simply want to be away from all other yellows. So if this yellow is right here, and I have no other yellows touching them, they're going to score. I will be allowed to score them. Now I do need a district or a plaza. So if I have the plaza right here, there we go. This plaza is now, I've got 2 stars, 2 times however many isolated markets I have, so 1. So this will be 2 points. Okay. Next are the reds. The reds, I believe, are the barracks, and they want to be on the edge of our city. So I do have a multiplier, a red multiplier, 2 stars, and I have 2 districts that are currently on the edge. And for the edge, it is just the outer edge. So if I can trace my finger around the edge and hit a red, which I do twice, those are considered on the edge. And so this scoring would be 2 stars for my plaza times 2 of the barracks for 4 points. Okay. And finally, we have the purple, which I believe are the churches, or the temples, I believe, in this game. And the temples want to be surrounded. So let me turn this around. I do have one. So this purple right here, if I were to surround this purple, now this purple could score if I had a multiplier with it. So if I put the multiplier anywhere, again, the multipliers do not have to touch the districts, the different colored districts. They're called plazas. I would have 2 times 1 for the plazas, or for the temples. Now you might be saying, well, that's not a lot of points. One thing that we can do in this game is we can build up in levels, and that's going to be important for gaining resources. So if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to build up, If I place this over top, I would lose the yellow and the blue star. However, now my district looks like it has 4 connecting each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. It gets even better than that. Since these two blue houses are on the 2nd level, we're actually going to count them twice, 1 for each level that they're on. So this will be 1, 2, and this one will be 3, 4, 5, 6. So we count them twice because on the 2nd level. If I manage to get them on the 3rd level, we would count them 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2 plazas, blue plazas, is now 12 points. And so right there, I've already boosted my score. If I were to take another one and add to it, now it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2 for 14. Okay. If I were to have this tile right here, now all my greens, I have 3 greens, 3 gardens, times 3 stars. 3 times 3 would be 9. It is important to note that the plazas do not score additional points if placed on a higher level. This 3 stars is still 3 stars, even if it's on an upper level. Okay, so it's important just to keep the plazas down on the lowest level if possible. And this goes for any tile. So if I had this tile right here, and I wanted to place right up here, now this barracks is on the edge. So I have two red plazas, or I'm sorry, 2 stars for the red plaza, and I have 1, 2, 3, since this is now on the 2nd level. 3 times 2 is now 6 points. We're going to continue to do this until we run out of tiles, or until we get to the last tile. The last tile of every round, once I've taken the 3 between me and the illustrious architect, we will actually slide this down and reveal 3 more and continue play. So the very last tile of the game will not be played. In the multiplayer game, when we spin cubes to take different tiles, we would pay them to the reserve. However, we're going to actually give our cubes to the illustrious architect so that they can spend cubes on their tiles. Okay. When they spend cubes to find the tile that they're looking for, and I'll explain that in a second, they will spin them back into the reserve. There is one more thing I need to explain, and that is, what do we do with the quarries? Every time we cover up a quarry, so here's one of my quarries right here. Every time we cover up a quarry, and it doesn't matter what it gets covered up with, we will take another stone. I might call them cubes, but they are stones from the quarry. So if we can cover up multiple, so if I were to cover up these 2 right here, I would gain 2 stones. And again, the stones help us by being able to collect more than just the first tile in the row. At the end of the game, any unspent cubes or stones are worth 1 point each. So if I don't have to spin them, it would be good to keep them. In the solo version, this is the solo mode created by the designer. And on the back side, it does have 3 types of opponents. We have Hippodamus, which is the one we will be playing. That's the easy level. And on Hippodamus, it says all the districts of Hippodamus are considered to be at the 1st level. So we're actually not going to, we're going to give the architect their tiles, but we're just going to place them there. We're not going to connect and play the architect's game. Everything is assumed to be connected correctly, and that's how we're going to score. And we're going to assume that they're all on the 1st level. Metagenes is the medium level. All the districts of Metagenes are considered to be at the 1st level, and then they earn 2 additional points for each quarry they own. Okay, so that's tough. And then Calicrates or Calicrates is the hard level. All of their districts are considered to be at the 2nd level. So the scoring gets even harder and we have to play smarter. But we're going to play the easy level of Hippodamus. Okay. So let me reset and we will start the game. And now we can play Akropolis, the solo version. There is one more thing I forgot to mention, which is how the illustrious architect chooses their tiles. They're simply going to look at the beginning and take the cheapest tile with a plaza. So they want plazas first and foremost because that's going to give them points. Again, it is important to know that if you don't have a plaza in a color and a bunch of that color district, you still score those districts multiplied by 0 because you have to have plazas. So if it were the illustrious architect's turn, they would simply take this tile because it is the cheapest tile with a plaza. The plazas are the stars. But we will always go first in the solo game. And so what I want to do is I actually just want to take this first tile. It has a quarry. I like seeing this, this plaza for the gardens and then my blues. I can place this anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and place this right there. Okay. And then it is the illustrious architect's turn. This is the cheapest tile with a plaza. If this were a normal purple temple, they would spend 1 to take this yellow, but they're going to take this one and it's going to go over there. It does say in the solo rules I can look through their tiles as much as I want to kind of see what they're working on, because in the multiplayer game we can of course see everybody else building. Okay, and so my turn, I think I'm just going to go straight with this one because it has a garden, which is what I want. And again, the garden does not have to touch the plaza, but I do want this blue to touch this other blue. So we'll put that right there. Yeah, and that's what we'll do. And then it is going to be their turn. So this is going to slide down since there's only one left, and we're going to replace it with 3 more. And so on their turn, this does not have a plaza, but they can afford this one. So they're going to take 1 cube, toss it in the pile, and take that. Okay. So now I have to decide what I want to do. I don't really mind. Oh man, they would take another. So they've already got 4 stars with their purples, but no purples yet. So they could have 4 or 6 purple stars times 0 temples, and that would be nice. Well, do I want to give them that though? This one would go nicely maybe right here. Yeah, and I would cover up 2 quarries. I think I'm okay with doing that because I do plan on doing maybe some temples. I don't want him to have all of them. I will go ahead and do this one. Oh, I'm going to give him a temple, aren't I? And you can see on here, it does tell us how many there are. So in a 2-player game, there are 4 tiles with plazas, and there are 8 temples. And so he will already have 3 of them. So if I give him all of them, that's a lot of points. I think I'll take this one. I'll pay 1, and I will take this and try to do some temples as well. And so we're going to actually place this over here. Oh, I don't care for that in the bottom though. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take that back. I'm going to take this first one, and I'm going to place that temple right in the middle. Maybe. I'll place it on the upper level, so maybe I can get that surrounded. There we go. We'll do that. Okay, I'm going to keep my stone, but I'm going to take 2 more because I covered up 2 quarries. And then they're going to take this one. So they already have 6 purple stars. That's my turn. Okay, so I really don't want them to have that temple, but do I like this enough? I could pay 3 to get this one, but I do have 3 stars for my gardens, so I might just take this one and do that on the outside maybe. I do like connecting my blues together right now because I have the space for it. I'm going to go and do that. And they are going to, I did that on purpose because they're going to take the cheapest option with a plaza. So they're not taking this temple, they're going to take this one, which has the 1 blue. Okay. And now on my turn, I might just take this to keep them away from a temple. You know, we're just going to take that. And now I have some scoring for my red, as I have a red plaza here. And I want to make this temple as easy as possible. Maybe I do it over here. I do need to surround this plaza, so we'll actually, or this temple, so we'll go ahead and do that. And that blue won't matter too much right now. Okay. And then this comes over, and we grab a new stack. Again, it's very, 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 very fast. There is our last one. I got to be careful about that one. I think I might try and take it because they have the other 3. Actually, I have to take it because these won't score anything. So they're going to take this one, which is the cheapest option with a plaza. And I think I am going to spend 2 to take this plaza. So spent 1, 2 for this plaza, and now I'll be able to score my temples. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oof. Is there a way I can get those around? That's okay. We'll do that right there. So now this temple is on the top layer, so it's 2 times 2 for 4 points. And then if there are no plazas available, they will simply take the cheapest option. So they're going to take this tile. And we swipe over. And it is my turn. Okay. I do need some yellows, some markets. I do like taking another temple, though. Could I cover something up? I could cover up this right here. Oh, I could put it on the second layer. That might be good. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I've been spending these. There you go. I believe I owe him 3. I forgot. They don't go into the general supply. They go to the illustrious architect. I'm pretty sure I've spent 3 so far. Okay. If not, that's all right. That'll be my one mistake for the game. How about that? Let's go ahead and do this. I want to see how many. Okay, so we have more available. I'm looking for, if I'm going to cover up this single blue plaza, I want to make sure that there are others that I can use. So I am going to, oh gosh, take this, and I'm going to pay my 1 to him because I skipped. And now it's their turn. They are going to take the cheapest option with a plaza, so they're going to pay 1 back to the general supply and take this token. I have to remember to do that. I cannot take that plaza or that temple because I have no more tokens. Yes, I do. Sorry, I built over right there, so I will take 1. Maybe I take that temple. I can give him 1 temple. I'm going to take this tile. Ooh, I want to keep that one open. I need to keep this part open because it's on the edge right now, but it won't be if I place something right there, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and, let's place this right here because that gives me maybe a lot of room to build over top. Yeah, we're planning ahead here. Okay, next 3. Okay, a lot of blue. They're going to take this tile automatically because it is the cheapest option with stars. And now it's my turn. I really like this tile as I could place it this way and place on top, and it extends my blue district out, but it also covers up quarries and it gives me something for a 3rd layer. I really like that. So I'm going to get 2 stones for it, for covering up 2 quarries. Okay. And then they're simply going to take this one. It does have, it's the cheapest with a plaza. And this slides down. This game is very, very fast. Even in multiplayer, it goes very quickly. We have played this wrong a couple times where we would put the stones on the tiles, giving the opponent, if you take that tile, you also get the stones. I suppose you could play it that way. The scores would be higher. But yes, in this game, you just pay them back to the general supply. Unless you're playing solo, which I forgot about. Oops. All right, so now I do need this tile. And this tile is the exact same one as that one. So I say, let's go ahead and do it. Now, there's no reason for me to put this on the top here. I want to put something big, maybe another purple, because that's already in the middle. So this is just going to go on the outside. It doesn't have to touch anywhere. So let's just go ahead and place it. I want to place it in a way that I could build over top of these quarries. So I guess we can do, I don't see myself building over top that green. Maybe over top of that. There you go. Because I could build over the top of that. Okay. Now I can score this 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because they're on the second layer. 7, 8 times 1 is 8. Let's see if I can get some more scoring here for the blues. They're going to take a red because that's the first one. And now, do I want to go ahead and take this? I think I do. Take that and possibly make them pay stones. I'm going to take it. Maybe we'll just place it right here. Okay, so we've got a big quarry here to build over. Let me take the next one. Okay, so they're going to look for the cheapest option with a plaza, and they can pay for it. So they're going to pay 1, 2. That's good. Make them pay points to take that blue. Now we're looking at some cool things here. I kind of want to put a temple right at the top here. The only problem with this temple is that it would, oh, I guess I could do it this way. Yeah, I'll do it this way because if I put it over here, these two yellows are touching each other and they are still adjacent even if they're on different layers. So I'm going to pay 1 to the illustrious architect and I'm going to place this temple right on top. And that is on the third layer, and that also means this one, this market, is also on the third layer. I think that's pretty good. And then finally they're going to pay 1 because they can pay for this one with the plaza to take it. And now it's our turn. And this game is almost over. Okay, got a lot of temples here. And right now I'm scoring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2, 14 points off of temples. So do I keep going with temples? I kind of want as many as possible. They're going to take the cheapest option, which would be this one. So I have the opportunity to take a couple temples here. I also have to be able to place it correctly, which I can. So I'm going to pay them 1 to take this tile. And, oh, I'm going to do it this way because this is one tile and this is a second tile. We're going to cover up that blue because that blue doesn't matter since it's not in my largest. I'm going to place that right there. I didn't think I'd be playing a temple game, but I'm trying to take as much of those as I can so that they don't grab them. There are no plazas up here, so they're going to take the cheapest option for the first tile. Okay, now it's our turn. I can't stop them from taking the temple unless there are plazas that come up and they can afford them. So I'm just going to take this tile. And I might as well place it with the blue and maybe expect to not complete that. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Unless I place it like right here. Oh, so right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2 is 16 points. Yeah, we can throw that right there. I think that'll be fine. Okay, this goes. Oh, and I forgot. Oh my goodness. When I put this on the third level, I should have gotten 3 more quarries, or 3 more stones. I covered 3 quarries with that. I don't think it would have changed what plans I had because I like the tiles that I took. Okay, so unfortunately there are no plazas, so they're just going to take the cheapest option, which for them will score them some points with those temples. And now it's my turn. I think I will do that. I'll pay him 1 to take this tile, and we're going to place it right there. Well, let's see. Thinking about covering stuff up later. Okay, I'll place that right there for now. Okay, and then they're going to just take the first tile because there are no plazas. We are 2 rounds away. Okay, well these are the big ones that I want. So I really want both of these. I'm only going to get 1. So if I'm only going to get 1, I think I can't, I would rather have that one. So I'll give him 1 to take this. There's my last stack. And this tile should probably go over here. I think that's what I'll do. Place that right there. Okay. They're going to spend 1 stone to skip this one and take this plaza. They took my other plaza. And then I kind of just want to take this one. Although, oh, I do get, let's see, I have 6 times 1, 2, 3. Oof. I'm going to spend one more and take this tile, because it also has a market, which I would really like. Could I put this on top of something else? Oof, without messing things up. Oh no, I don't know if I can. I don't really want to cover up my 2 blue plazas. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do it on another level. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll just place it right there, I think. You know what, let's go right here. That way I can, it's kind of hard to see, I'm going to place it right there just so I have 3 that I could cover up next round. Okay, and the final round. Okay, that's actually good. They have a plaza and they can pay for it. So they're going to pay 1, 2 for it. Take it. I would like them to pay so they can get rid of some points. And now, do I like this tile enough? Oh, it's my last turn, so I think I'm going to do that. I think I want to maximize my parks. So I'm going to take this. Oh, I give it to him. And I can't let those plazas or those markets touch each other. So I think we'll go like that. I think that's what we'll do. And then they are going to take the first tile because there's no more plazas, and this one is not played. So we will toss that. And that is actually the end of the game. And now let's go to final scoring. Okay, so I've done my scoring, and here is my board playing area, and I went ahead and laid out all the tiles that they took. And so what we do is, since we were doing Hippodamos, which is everything is connected on the first level, I went ahead and did my score. And so some of my highlights was my blue houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 2. So again, you take the largest section and multiply it by how many blue stars you have. So that was 18 points. They scored 24 points. If you can see my score, it didn't go in my favor, and that's okay. For my yellows, I have 2 yellow stars. I wish I would have gotten more. 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and actually I did it times 7, so there's 8 there. The reason is I forgot this one was actually on a second level, and I think actually I'm going to have to do some additional scoring. So 8 times 2 is 16, giving me 96 right now. Okay. They had 6 yellow stars and 6 markets for 36 points. The reds, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2 for 12 points. And they had 6 stars. Here's 2, 4, 6 stars times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 30 points. They did really, really well. I tried to play a better temple game because they had all the purple stars. So I actually did score more than them. So this temple is on the first level for 1. All of these are on the second level for 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 2 for 20. They had the other 6 stars, but I only gave them 2 temples. I would have loved to have taken both those temples. Maybe I should have tried a little harder. And then my other big score was my gardens. So I have 3 6 stars times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually, because I forgot this was on a second level. So 6 times 6 gives me 6 more points. So 96 and 6 is 102. Okay, so that's actually a little better. Well, much better. So they had 3. They got 1 of them times 1 for 3 points. And then they had 4 stones left over. I had 0 stones left over. So I actually only lost the game 109 to 102. So 7-point difference. And so in this game, I lost to the easy level Hippodamos. The great thing about this game is if you just take all the pieces off, find your starting tile, shuffle them all back, put them into 11 stacks of 3, and there you can play again. And that was Akropolis, the solo playthrough. Thank you for joining me at the table for a solo playthrough of Akropolis. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and hitting that subscribe button. And feel free to shoot me a comment down below. Thank you again, and I hope you'll join me for my next video.